Well, happy election day, everybody. One of the things that I want to make sure I talk about, and keep in mind this whole time I've been saying, like, Kamala Harris wins. And my logic is simple. It's based in basic fucking math, in that out of 165 million registered voters, the Democratic Party had 45 million registered voters and Republicans only had 32 million. The numbers just came out that 79.1 million people early voted, and that is more than double that voted in the 2020 election. This is what happens when you try to commit an insurrection. So one of the things that has bothered me in the discourse of politics is people outing themselves as a former conservative. Conserve what? Former Republican. What republic? And that XYZ happened and it flipped me as a voter. And if you can get past the fact that Donald J. Trump credibly raped 26 women, including more than one person, more than one time each, this man tormented his victims. And he is running from that right now, in addition to a whole lot of other crime he committed. And the only way he stays out of prison and away from the justice system and away from him having to pay for what that man has done is for him to get absolutely demolished in this election. So not only do I expect we'll win, is there math that backs me up when I say half the electorate committed to a political party and the Democrats got the better half of that. And when I say better, I just mean like 13 million more people. And that is about 10% of the electorate. Because like 169 million people, 13 million people is like 10%. That's enough to swing an election just based on party line. Right? Now, when you think about, there are still people that, like, for the record, they can get past the fact that Donald Trump credibly raped 26 women, including multiple women, more than one time. In addition to that, in 1970, he was sued for being a racist landlord for refusing to rent to black people. He also falsely accused 5 black boys in Brooklyn of a crime they did not commit, and all of them served anywhere from like 7 to 13 years in prison. One of them served like 20 years in prison, and ultimately it wasn't any of them, and the person that did it said they did it by themselves and admitted it, and DNA backed it up. The Central Park 5. That was in like the 80s. And then we talked about the rape. That's a career thing. And then being a racist landlord, that's awful. You want that guy in charge of housing in the United States? Really? We got a housing crisis. Like record homelessness. And you want to put somebody that was a racist landlord or that refused to rent to people based on their skin color in charge of us. Oh, okay. And then also, in addition to being a racist landlord, falsely accusing, he took ads out in the newspaper calling for those boys to be executed. And they did years in prison for a crime they didn't commit. And you're going to tell me Donald Trump didn't have a hand in that? And you want that guy to lead us? Somebody who would falsely accuse someone of a crime or make up a crime about someone he doesn't like and get them thrown in jail? That's who you think that's what a good leader is? And then furthermore, 6 bankruptcies. 6. I'll put it like this. It's really hard to get to the second one. Ask me how I know. It's really hard. January 6th, 2021. He tried to overthrow the government. You want to put that person back in charge. I have family members that are police officers. And if you can get past all of that, understand that you're losing anyway. And if I find out that if you're a family member or a friend of mine or someone that I know, if you ever let me in on the knowledge that you voted for Donald Trump in this election, I'm never fucking speaking to you again. Flat out. And I don't give a fuck who you are. Try me. You will lose me. And you're a whole lot of people, when this shit is over, I hope they don't give you any grace. This has gone on too long. It's over. Get out there and vote today. Make it happen.